cars.
Is the cable off?
No, we're having a critical electronic failure.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
But it's still running, right?
Yeah. What's up everybody? My name is Elliott, but you can call me the Motory Notary. And remember, some things you can't just go back and pick up right where you left off. Like yogurt that's been left out for a few days, or a relationship with an old high school girlfriend. It's just not the same when you go back to it. Luckily, that's not the case with cars though, and my 2005 Volvo V70R is just as broken as it was when we last joined it. But this time I have the parts, including the new hose and the computer all the way from Canada. So today I'm gonna try to put those things in and hopefully get this wagon back on the road. Let's pick up right where we left off. All right, where we last left off, that little plastic tube had broken, but I've since received it in the mail, and right now we're gonna replace it. But let me show you where it is, what it looks like, and what we're gonna be doing. So here is our replacement tube. And if you see here, this whole thing is what we're gonna be replacing. So there's some coolant in here, which means, well, some's gonna leak out, and that's okay. But we'll get this replaced, get this snaked back in where it belongs. And also, I've got some cleaning to do. I've got to take this throttle body off and clean it. There's a new gasket that's gonna be going on. There's just gonna be a whole lot of cleanup to do before we end up putting the new box on. Jacob is here, but Jacob has been involved in an accident. So normally, where he is very helpful, he's still gonna be helpful today, but what we've had to do is lift the car up because Jacob here cannot bend over due to his back injury sustained in his accident.
Yeah, it's no fun.
What Jacob's gonna do is work on the interior stuff with the car elevated, and what my uncle and I are gonna do is work on the car with this makeshift platform so that Jacob cannot bend over and we can still kind of work on the engine. This is what working on cars is all about. It's about helping your crippled friends who are helping you.
Help me help you.
Yes.
Is that the saying?
Yes.
That's right.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. Okay, well, along with everything else that's going on, we also got all of the computers, including what's in here, which is supposedly the yaw sensor. So let's pop this open. Ah, look, a note. One thing to mention is this is from a guy named Andrew, who on Instagram, V70R USA, has been instrumental to helping me with this car. You think that I'm kind of repairing stuff? Andrew here is doing like a frame-off restoration, if these cars had frames, on his V70R. It is incredible. He has the engine out, he has the subframe out. If you want to see what a proper V70R restoration is, check out Andrew on Instagram. I'll have it up on screen right now, and I'll definitely have a link in the description below. So thank you, Andrew. He was also the guy that hooked me up with this yaw sensor, and I believe these. Look at these, they're like brand new center caps. You see that? Because I'm missing some on one of the sides. Not this side, yeah, of course not. Why would it be this side? Jacob, if you will. One thing that's fun is, you know, if like on Porsches, you have to have the Porsche crest pointing towards the valve stem. But on Volvos, that's all there is to it. Now I have center caps. I didn't actually look at the yaw sensor. We got excited about the center caps. This thing looks very new compared to this one, which was gross and crusty. Okay, so Jacob just opened up the new amplifier that I got from eBay because mine has been submerged, and this one looks equally as crusty.
There's even some of the same like corrosion I'm seeing.
Oh, great. Look, it's supposed to work, but you know how things from eBay are. I guess can't be any worse than the one that I took out of there, so we'll go ahead and toss it in there. Okay, up here on the platform with my uncle. Doesn't look like it, but it feels like we're very high up. The new hose is on there. Looks good. Not a lot of coolant leakage, which was great. Right now he's popping off the throttle body. Cleaning your throttle body while it's off is always a good idea. Oh, this works crazily well. This is getting into my open cut and hurting though. Still working away in the engine bay, and I'm gonna check on Jacob, but I had to get this step ladder first because of the inconvenience that we're dealing with right here. So, how's it going?
I'm sorry I had to inconvenience you by helping you, but yeah, I think I remember where everything goes. It's been a little
It has been quite a few weeks.
Some time has lapsed. I'm excited. This actually looks good.
It looks good. Yeah, it's coming out of the package. I was excited about that, but that looks bad. With this, and then the amp, and then this expensive, hard to put in boy, I think we're gonna be able to start this thing.
Yeah, this is easy. I mean, we'll have this buttoned up in like 5 minutes and then on to the next thing.
Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. Well, cool. Good work.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go now. Okay, Jacob has apparently finished putting in the amp and the yaw sensor, so we were able to lower the car back down to regular human height. And now my uncle and I are wrestling on the box for the PCV system. Got new gasket on here. This has a new gasket. Oh, look, the box is on. Oh, no, we're getting a stick. Never mind. Everything's a wrestle. I know hindsight is 20/20, but if Volvo knew that these systems were gonna get so clogged, they really should have made them a lot more accessible. Like 6 times more accessible, at least, if I had to guess, than what they did here. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, after much fighting between my uncle and I, we've gotten the box on, which is part 1 of the hard part. Let me show you. So, this is good, this is on, this is secure, it looks great. The next hard part is the bolt and crush washers that go here and the banjo bolt, and actually attaching this one. And just because it's gonna be a struggle, it's the end of the day, we're gonna have to do it tomorrow. For me, tomorrow is like a significant amount of time, but for you guys, it's one dissolve away from me being in a different shirt and us putting these difficult to put on things on. Let's fade. See, I told you that would be fast. It is now the next day, but we're still working on the Volvo here. So let me show you what we're working with now. This intake manifold is about to go back on, but before it does, this hose here kind of disintegrated while I was taking it off. And I didn't order a new one because I didn't know that was gonna be a problem. But no worries, my dad had like a whole bunch of other hose that should do the trick. This seems to be just like a vacuum line. Not ultra critical, but it does need to be not crumbly. So we're gonna cut a length of hose, get that fitted back up. Next thing you know, the intake manifold is gonna jump right back on, and then I can start fiddling with the computer. But I have a feeling we've got a lot more wrestling under the hood to do before we get to the computer part. So next thing to do is to just do it. All right, it's starting to look like an engine bay in here again. I think we've got everything back in place other than the big pipe that goes across here, which I will be putting on in a moment. What we need to do is get this expensive computer box open because that's when the wrangling is gonna start. But let's see what I got for my $600. Hopefully not a note that just says everything was fine. Let's just see. Invoice. Repair report. Water penetration, no. Communication, active. Faulty CEM wipers. That is not the only problem this car had, but test results, repair of the existing unit, just says software transfer. Sounds like it's very expensive for not a lot of stuff. Okay, well that is not informative at all. It sounds like I paid $600 for them to fix the wipers, which I would not have done. I would have lived without wipers. But here we are. First Volvo, guys, this is what you do. You get your first Volvo, sometimes you pay a lot for computers. I guess we will be plugging in this new expensive computer and my wipers will work. I guess we'll see what else. At this point, I'm just gonna be happy if the car starts, and we need this to do that. So let's start the struggle. Okay, the pipes are back on. Even the beauty covers are on. I bet you guys didn't know I had those. Everything's back together. The computer is in. My uncle was contorting himself and got that all in there. So now it is time for something I've been waiting for a long time. The first start of this car, or the first start where it should be working properly. So let's go see how that goes. Wow, unfamiliar. I haven't been in here in a while. Got lights, got a turn signal. Okay, but let's just try to start it. Cranking. It's got to repressurize the fuel system, so try it again here. A little rough, but we started. Okay, it is running, but I don't think anybody would call this running well. It's very rough. Something is still disconnected. The throttle body must be disconnected because I can't do anything. This is it. This is it, car. There we go. That's how it's supposed to sound. It's pretty simple. You just got to plug in the throttle body. Who would have thought? Although it barely catches itself. Yeah, it almost stalls when it comes back. The thing that I'm concerned about is that every single one of these warning messages that was there before is still there. So sending off the CEM did pretty much nothing. It's a lot of work to have it run
that like that.
Worse than before.
Yeah, well, one damn thing at a time.
All right, new day, new cat shirt. Let me catch you up on where we left off here. Yesterday, before the end of the day, I got it started and that was great. At first I didn't have the throttle body plugged in, but you know how that goes. Well, sometimes when you're putting a bunch of things back together, you just forget stuff. But anyway, after I got it plugged in, it ran much better, but still not perfectly and definitely worse than it ran previously. Since today has gone on a little bit, I've started it and stopped it a few times and it seems to have cleared itself up. However, let me show you what I was dealing with right before I went to lunch. Right before lunch, I was putting the final screws here in the passenger seat when I noticed a little bit of smoke coming from in there because my uncle was plugging in the wiper motor and everything like that. Remember the thing that was supposed to be fixed? Well, as he was plugging it in, it started to smoke down here like electrically. I went and unplugged the battery, but it is never good when something smokes like that. Now I have the wiper motor over here. We bench tested it. It works fine. So this part is fine, meaning that the problem is most likely back in the central control module, or CEM, whatever it stands for. And the other thing that sucks is that it started smoking without blowing a fuse, at least as far as we can tell. So that is going to be kind of a major problem. Wiper motor is back in, still not even worrying about wiper arms yet, but the plan is now to plug in the battery and see if it smokes again. Maybe it was a fluke, you know, maybe, you know, how electronics are, sometimes they need to get to know each other. We'll plug the battery back in and see what happens, but this time I'll have the video camera on. Battery's in. Now I need to turn the ignition on because that's what was doing it. I am smelling something. Well, I guess we'll just turn the ignition on and see what happens. No smoke. That's always good. Okay, battery is being weird, but let me see if the car will still start. Okay, it starts and no gauges. That's a big problem. So we had smoke under here, and now we've got nothing up top here. That is bizarre. Man, this thing's getting worse by the minute. I'm worried that the computer is fried from whatever happened. The computer, I just spent $600 for them to fix the wipers, that when I hooked the wipers up, it ruined the rest of the car, that computer. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Nothing's working correctly, but it does start, and that was an awful lot of work to not even get to drive the car. So my plan is, I can't make anything much worse. I might as well go take it out on a test drive. Of course, I'm gonna bring my uncle with me because there is a good chance that things won't work. But at the same time, what's the worst that could happen? I guess it could catch on fire. That would probably be the worst thing that could happen. But you know, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll drive just fine, and maybe we'll hit a bump and everything will work even better. But I won't know until I drive it. And well, who knows? This could be this car's last drive. Let's see how it does. Okay, no gauges.
No ignition.
How did you get it to start before?
I don't know. I pushed in on the clutch. You got.
Well, yeah. Open the door. Shut. You gotta try all the magic.
That's it.
Oh, I had gauges for a second, and then they just drooped back down. This is gonna be a fun drive. Oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't catch on fire. You wanna ride with us?
Where are you going?
Around the block. Yeah, it's good. I just don't have reverse.
Is the cable off?
No, we're having a critical electronic failure. Ladies and gentlemen, Watch JR Go has joined us. What a development. Oh no, that's not the right amount of power.
No, it's definitely not the right amount of power.
No, it was making more power than that. not long ago. I just can't believe anything's working, honestly.
I'm surprised because it has an electronic throttle body.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah, the ECU and everything has power, but
yeah, it's in limp mode because this is pinned. Oh, it just cut out right there. Oh, the power did. Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
But it's still running, right?
Yeah, but
You can feel it.
do you hear it?
Yeah, it's bogging.
Oh.
Oh, check engine light.
Yep.
How, you don't have hazards?
I don't, dude. We got nothing.
What's wrong with this thing? Come on, girl. Please restart.
Oh,
Sweet.
okay, come on, car. Okay.
Like, there's
The gauges are thumping.
This is a
what a development.
what a ride. Okay, let's get this back.
So
Yeah,
what-
good
what
plan.
changed?
Good.
Full power again. That's still not what it should be.
I didn't see any smoke out of the back.
No, the PCV is working great. So, oh, I can't even roll up the window. I forgot about that part.
That's probably a good thing.
So this has been great. I don't know why I'm putting on a turn signal. this is ridiculous. So there you go, guys. That was an awful lot of work and a ton of money to have the car be considerably worse than when we last left it. Now I have to have it on these skates just so I can get it around the shop because reverse is locked out because the computer doesn't work. This has been a frustrating week, to say the least. But I've already taken the computer out and sent it back to the guys in Canada. Hopefully something in there just got fried and we can get a new one in there, plug it in, and everything will work. Really though, I need to be thinking about what my next steps are with this car if the computer doesn't work when I get it back. Do I sell it as a running and driving kind of parts car? Do I just keep throwing money at it? I have no idea, and I'm definitely bummed out about the current state of the Volvo and its, well, handicap. Let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do with this car, and I mean, I guess if anybody's interested in a sort of running and driving parts car, send me an email. You never know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I usually try to post little previews of things I've got going on there and little snippets of my life. It's a fun place to follow me. Like me on Facebook. Join my Facebook group. It's a fun place to share memes, and I'm almost always in there interacting in the comments. And other than that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It greatly helps my YouTube performance, and I will see you guys on the next video. Can't really see what we're doing, but we are taking the gasket material off of the intake manifold and throttle body. That's working really well. Because of my brilliance in not angling the camera the correct way, just imagine an abrasive wheel taking off gasket material. Picture it in your mind, because that's what's happening. Must have had a lot of crap on this one. Wow, this throttle body hasn't been this clean since it left Sweden. Time for the new gasket, and then the box, and then everything else. You know, we're on our way here.